Another Brick fan with a BrickHeadz review. This is Homer Simpson and Krusty the Clown. This is set 41632, was released in October 2018, has 215 pieces, and cost about $20 when it was released. As you can see, this is BrickHead number 78 and 79, and this is based on the Simpsons television show. Let's go ahead and get the set built, and then we'll take a look at the finished BrickHeadz. Here are the two BrickHeadz. We have Homer Simpson here in his traditional yellow, wearing his blue pants and white shirt. He has a donut in his hand, which is probably a very common occurrence. Here is Krusty the Clown in the nice white makeup, the purple and light blue shirt here, the teal colored hair, and the way this hair is built this way is great. I like the technique used. If you watch the speed build, it's done as an inset here in the back. But let's take a closer look at Homer here, because he has a couple of features you don't often see in BrickHeadz. So here is Homer. He's got his standard white t-shirt on and his blue pants. He's got a definite gut going on here. As you can see, it's nicely rounded, a big round belly for him. He's mostly bald. I think it was nice using these gear shift pieces on the top of his head to represent kind of a comb over, just wisps of hair on his head. There are several printed pieces. There's two of these 2x2 tiles with this look here. This kind of reminded me when I first looked at it of Charlie Brown, especially this one. Kind of that ruffle on the bottom of Charlie Brown's shirt, but I understand that this is just a little bit of hair on Homer's mostly bald head. You see that same 2x2 here on this side. So there's the three printed pieces with the two 2x2s for the hair, and then this 2x4 here in the back. Homer is one of the few BrickHeadz that actually has some stuff inside that are worth looking at. The other I remember is the Creeper. But if you look inside here of Homer, you see that he has a very small brain. Most of the time these BrickHeadz have a pink brain, or perhaps a different colored brain depending on the BrickHead, but mostly pink, as a 2x2 brick. But in this case, he has just a pink stud in there as his brain. And then of course they put this window piece in here and made it fairly easy to remove his face so that you could see that. But Homer doesn't have just one, he has actually two hidden features, because you can pull out his belly here and see a bunch of donuts there in his stomach. So that's kind of another really nice feature of this particular BrickHead. Certainly a good representation of Homer Simpson. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Krusty. So here we have Krusty the Clown, and as I pointed out, I like the choice of the teal for his hair. He has a big Technic ball here to represent his big red nose, a tie in that same teal, and the color looks more blue on the tie than it does for the teal of his hair, but I don't expect that to match exactly. You can see the green pants. Notice the shoes that he's got. The big clown shoes are done with a 1x3 plate here and then a 1x1 tile in the front to cap off the shoe. So we got those big clown shoes. I think turned out quite well. Standard BrickHead arms, and then the hair is nicely built up here in the back. And if you noticed during the build, this section back here is just an inset. So it leaves space in the back here for you to put this hair build in the back, and then it just is held in place with this tile, the rest of the back of Krusty. And then you move, these are just attached on one stud, and then you kind of angle them to get that kind of rounded or more, that larger look for the hair, that kind of built up look for the hair in the back. So a very clever build technique done there to create this sideways or big, the hair coming out from the sides of his head for Krusty the Clown, which is very appropriate for the character. So he turned out really nicely as well. Another nice Simpsons set from Lego. I remember them making the Simpsons house. They also made the collectible minifigure series for the Simpsons. This was kind of an interesting pairing for the two. You would think you might get Marge and Homer as a set, or Bart being the more iconic character, and I think having Krusty the Clown as Bart's idol. It might have been interesting to have Bart Simpson and Krusty the Clown as opposed to Homer and Krusty. But I'm not disappointed. I think both these turned out really nicely. And I certainly like the hidden features inside of Homer with that small brain and the stomach full of donuts. So that's a pretty nice touch and very cleverly done by the Lego designers. Some real quick thoughts on the pricing. $20 for 2 full-size BrickHeadz is a very standard price, and in my mind, very fair. You get quite a variety of piece count in these $20 sets. So this one is at 215 pieces, which is pretty much right at that 10 cent per piece first bar that I do on value. Although I have seen these 2 BrickHeadz sets with over 300 pieces in the past as well. So there's a wide variety of price per piece count, but I think the $20 is quite fair for 2 of these full-size BrickHeadz. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this BrickHeadz set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building.